So this is the 11th Street house. On this one, I didn't make a video on this one either. This is another Waco property that is a pier and beam. When I looked at it, so it's still livable. There was people staying in there. From the outside, it didn't look so bad. It's just got some old siding, needs to be updated. Some of the windows are kind of rotten out. But as we dig into it some more, you'll find out there's some other issues. So here's fireplace in the living room. It's front door. The door's not horrible, but it doesn't look good. Got some cracks here at the front. Got some old siding that's kind of like shingles, like the asphalt siding. Oh, so up in the attic, so I guess at one time they had an air conditioning unit because there is vents and there's ductwork up there. There's no air handler, there's no condenser. Looks like we could probably put this together, put an air handler and condenser up there and make it central heat and air. When I got the place, it had a window AC unit, which you can see here on the side, and that's what they used to cool the property. Again, there's multiple types of siding going on here, and you got different lines and different textures. So one of the biggest expenses I thought on this property is going to be the siding. Siding, and also too, look at the roof. You can see the roof's kind of sagging a bit, and the shingles are the old, just 3-tab. Got a big backyard, an old shed that's really nasty. I think it's full of like dog poop and stuff. Windows busted out, kind of falling down. This is the kitchen. Actually doesn't look so bad, but if you look closely, you see how it's kind of sinking down where the sink is. So there might be some flooring issues there. It's just kind of an odd layout too. It's just not real, doesn't flow real well. It just looks like somebody stuck some cabinets on the wall and it looks real basic. So the thought process was to take this out and fix this. We'll get to that a little bit later, but see even how the middle cabinet, it covers part of the window. So the window goes up behind that middle cabinet. Again, this is kind of an afterthought of just somebody throwing some cabinets together and just not looking very good. That's the rest of the kitchen. Above the table, you can see where the drywall is actually leaking from the roof where that chimney was. And so we had some water intrusion there. Again, from the front, you see on the side, the skirting just kind of patched together. The bottom bits of the siding are chipped pretty bad. That is the front porch. And notice how low the front porch is right here. I actually want to take this out so somebody that's taller can fit under there, because actually my head comes to about right here and I'm 6'4". The other side. This is the bathroom, which doesn't look so bad, but you can feel the subfloor is pretty weak. There's probably some rot under that stuff. I was just taking a look at this. Looks like there might be maybe a little termite damage on that. We definitely need some foundation work done to straighten it up. These don't look so bad. They look pretty good. So at the very back of the house, they just added on like a little lean-to, little shack, and they just put a water heater in here. And notice this gray piping right here, that's polybutylene. That was outlawed in the 70s because it would crack. That was a precursor to PEX. So whatever this is, we got to get this out. So I'm putting in the budget that we just got to do all new plumbing in this house, which really isn't much. It's only got one bathroom, one kitchen. You got a pier and beam. You can you can crawl through pretty good. All right, I think we're at the end of that one. Let's go up in the attic. All right, so in the attic, I noticed a couple of things. One is it looks like somebody spray painted a lot of this white. It usually means that there's a fire at some time. There's soot, and they do that to get rid of the smell. And I don't see any major fire damage up here. I don't see any burned wood. It looks like the original wood that is up here. This decking right here might have been replaced. At some time there might have been some fire damage, but it looks like they did a pretty good job replacing it. Another view from the back, you can see the water heater is right here in this little shed thing. A little chimney poking up, but the roof is totally rotten out here. Again, with the siding, so you have horizontal and then you have vertical here. So you have multiple different lines. This was a porch. And they enclosed the porch, and the actual floor of the porch is actually sticking out here at the bottom. So that's not really good because water could lean, it could drop right here, it could go back in, it could wick into the porch, into the enclosed porch. Definitely need to do some tree trimming. Yeah, see this top here isn't even covered up. Definitely have some wood rot here on the eave. The bathroom, not horrible, but not great. It's one of the bedrooms. So the wood floors in here actually aren't bad in a lot of these rooms. Unfortunately, if the kitchen's not good and the bathroom's not good, it just costs more money to refinish these than it would just to put a vinyl plank down. So I'm probably just going to put down a vinyl plank instead of refinishing them. It's a breaker box. It's a 100 amp main. This is a newer, like a GE Square D style, so I'm not worried about this. It looks fine. I'm not going to do any major electrical upgrades. This is the dining room. That's a cool little chandelier. Again, with the flooring, the wood floor, it's not horrible. It definitely need to be refinished and patched. Just the cost of doing that is cost prohibitive a lot of times. Even though the tile looks good in here, I'm not sure about the subfloor underneath the tile, so we might need to take that up. And especially if we do foundation work to straighten the house, a lot of times that cracks the tile. All right. So before we started on this, I did take a piece of this old siding down, and to my astonishment, there's actually good wood siding underneath this. There was some shiplap under here, or sorry, tongue and groove that's under here, and it's actually in good shape from what we see. So I took a couple pieces down. We can see it's in good shape. So that right there is going to save me a bunch of money. I figured we were going to have to replace all the siding. So that was awesome. There's that window units. So we took all of this off, and look, most of this wood is actually in really good shape. There's a couple of places maybe they're a little rotted. We've got some extra that we can patch in some pieces over here. It looks like there was a window here where the bathroom was, and somebody just put a pallet in the place. Whatever. They just did that. So we'll take the pallet out. We'll actually put some wood siding in here, make it look good. Again, this is where it looks like there was some fire damage. So this was covered up by that siding that they put on top of here. But this just looks like some smoke damage, so I'm not too worried about that. It looks like maybe some of this wood under here might have been replaced, but I don't see anything major that we got to cut out. That's the old shed in the back that we're taking down, cleaning that up, dumpster out there, and just loading up a dumpster with trash. So the kitchen turned out to be worse than we thought. We pulled up the tile after it got cracked from the foundation repair, and you can see right here the subfloor is not good. It's sinking in. And as we started pulling this off, we realized there's really nothing but some cardboard in between this and the outside wall. So the more we took down the cabinets, the more just shoddy construction that we saw. So we started tearing into it more and more. So we'll need to replace all of this. We need to do some subfloor repair, which means we'll pull a lot of this out. So a lot of this wood is rotted or bowing. So a lot of the subfloor we will replace, and we'll just do a whole new design on the cabinet since we have it all out. You can see here that some of the wood here is rotted. There's a piece over here it's missing. This is sagging down. That's over here is kind of leaning. So most all it's going to come out, and all this drywall right here is just going to come out. And this paneling, just might as well just take it all out. And with this one, with the windows, a lot of them being in bad shape, we're just going to replace all the windows. We're going to do it right. We're going to spend some money, do it right, make it a really nice house. And while we have the subfloor up, we can put some new pipes in there for plumbing. Again, just taking out a bunch of trash. We got the bathtub out. Same thing with the bathroom. We found out that the subfloor in the bathroom was rotted as well. So a lot of that had to come out and get replaced. Saving grace in all this is saving a bunch of money by not having to do all the siding of the house. So look, the siding's actually really good. The roof is garbage. We're going to get the roof done. And that's the end of the pictures there. So let's start on the video.